Vijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Vijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana 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 Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Damodar Radhe Jaya Radha Damodar Radhe Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladev Jaya Subhadra Jaya Sudarshan Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladev Jaya Subhadra Jaya Sudarshan Jaya Gauranita Gauranita Jaya Gauranita Jaya Gauranita Gauranita Jaya Gauranita Jai Jai Prabhupada Jai Jai Prabhupada Jai Jai Prabhupada Jai Jai Prabhupada Harinam Sankirtan Devi ki Jai Shri Prabhupada ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai Hare Krishna Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Hare Krishna. So congratulations you all. This is the last chapter we are going to do. Completion of Bhagavad Gita. Once somebody approached Srila Prabhupada and he said that I can recite the whole Bhagavad Gita within 45 minutes. All 700 verses within 45 minutes I can recite. Then Srila Prabhupada asked, can you live Bhagavad Gita for 45 minutes? Okay, for 5 minutes? So it's not about the completion of Bhagavad Gita. It's about living Bhagavad Gita, right? So practice is more important. Whatever knowledge we are receiving, that is the first stage. We are receiving knowledge and then we have to practice that knowledge, and that practice will bring realization, and that is the goal of life. And what is that realization we are willing to achieve? Love of Godhead, love of Krishna, Krishna Prema. That is the ultimate goal. Whatever scriptures are there, you talk about Bhagavad Gita, you talk about Bhagavatam, all the Vedic scriptures, that is only talking about one language, and that language is language of love, right? So there may be different processes, different methodologies, different practices, but ultimately those different processes is to bring us to this one point, that is loving Krishna. Yes. Even in this Bhagavad Gita, in this chapter, which is the essence of all Vedic scripture, right? This is the essence of all Vedic scripture. And here also we are learning the same thing, how to love Krishna, how to love God. So all these 18 chapters, which is divided into 3 segments. So first 6 chapter, which is teaching us how to live life. What are the different rules and regulations of prescribed duty we should do so that we can elevate our consciousness. We can fulfill our necessities, and at the same time we can develop our consciousness. We can become selfless, because in material world people live a life that is a selfish life. I, me and mine. This is the conception of life. Nobody thinks about others. So Bhagavad Gita is teaching us how to live a selfless life. So that is what we are learning in first 6 chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And the middle 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, that is the jewel of this, means all the essence of all the teaching. That is, we are learning how to love Krishna. How to love, whom to love. This is what we are learning. Whom to love? We have to love Krishna. We have to love God. And how to love, that is what Krishna is teaching us. Man manabhav mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. We can express our love, our devotion to Krishna by executing loving devotional service. Without service, there is no question of love. If we simply keep on saying, I love you, but there is no service, that is not real love. That is just showing, but not loving. So there is a difference between liking and loving. You know that? What is the difference between liking and loving? Somebody, if you ask them, do you love Krishna? I mean, if you ask anybody else, do you love someone? So what is the difference between liking and loving?
Liking is when you have your own interest sometimes,
You have your own interest, yes?
And in love, there is always sacrifice.
And no expectation.
No expectation. Yes. Only giving. Yeah? Like for last many sessions we are discussing about. Ultimately, this is the topic, this is the essence of Bhagavad Gita, or all Vedic scripture we are reading about. Learning what is love, how to love, whom to love. This is what the core subject matter. So liking and loving. So one student approached the teacher. What is the difference? The teacher said that if there is a flower, if you like it, what will you do? You go, you pluck it, you smell it, you enjoy it, and then throw it. Once you are satisfied or your job is done, and you will throw it. That is what liking. But when you love it, what will you do?
You will take care, water it.
You will protect that. You will nurture. You will water the plant. you will protect the flower, and no, and I mean, you will take care of that flower so that many other people can get the experience of that beauty, right? That is called selfless love. Means when it comes to love, means sacrifice or service. Service, selfless service for the benefit of all. That is love. So when we love Krishna, when we learn to love Krishna, then we become selfless. And that is what the journey is. In this material world, people are selfish. But this journey, this devotional practices, what we are doing, will bring us to the highest level of selflessness. When we learn how to love God, or we love God, means we practice devotional service, we become selfless. And Prabhupada is saying this is the highest level of selflessness. Because we have discussed many times, like somebody may be selfish, that highly selfish person means will only talk about self. Me, I, me and mine. He is the center. Even in family relationship, he is the center. He sees that, okay, what is for me? So he is very much selfish. But somebody may be okay, loving, caring. At least his love is extended towards family. So this is what the extension of the selfishness, selfish attitude. Somebody may say that, no, I love my society, I love my country. So this is what? This is again, who is the center? If I say that I love my country, I love my society, I is there, no? The me is there. So this is what extended selfishness. Selfishness is still there. But when I say that I love Krishna, loving God means there is no question of I. Then Krishna is center. When Krishna is center means you have become completely selfless. Whatever we do for the pleasure of Krishna. And we know that I am not the doer. Ultimately Krishna is the, he is the doer. He is the proprietor. He is the master. So this kind of understanding will help us to get totally detached from I consciousness. Then our consciousness will change. Being Krishna-centric means then we automatically start loving everyone. Anything and everything in relationship with Krishna, we start loving that. Even bad situations in life, then we start seeing everything in a different perspective. We see from the eyes of Krishna. We see everything in relationship with Krishna. And when you start seeing everything in relationship with Krishna, then you will not hate anything. Even bad situation, you will see the hands of Krishna in that. You will see that this situation, of course, externally it is bad. I will not say it is good. Some bad situation in life, that is bad. But you will have a different perspective. You will have a different approach. And what is that approach? You will see the hands of Krishna in that, and you will bring something positive out of that and inspire yourself to grow, to advance, to take more shelter of Krishna. Otherwise, if you do not see that incident from Krishna's point of view or from in relationship with Krishna, that will depress, that will lots of depression, anxiety, stress will be there. And that's why when somebody has taken shelter of Krishna, one sign is no fear, no anxiety. Bhaya shoka adi varjita. One who has taken shelter of Krishna means no fear, no anxiety. That is a sign of advancement, right? So, yeah, even devotees, they have fear, but their fear is only one fear they have. Somehow I should not miss Krishna. Somehow I should not get away from devotees. Because this is the biggest loss for devotees. All other external material achievements, success, failure, they are not attached with that. Because they know that this is anyway temporary. It does not matter how much I try, but one day that will go away from me. So why to struggle for something which is temporary, right? So they struggle for eternity. They struggle for eternal. They struggle for Krishna. They take anxiety for Krishna. You see, pure devotees even in Vrindavan, they are always concerned about Krishna. Whatever is happening, they are not concerned about other things. They are only thinking, how can I protect Krishna? How can I take care of Krishna? So this is the advancement. This is advanced level. And that is what the greatest need. And in this chapter, the last section of Bhagavad Gita, which is teaching us all those things which is, the obstacles, right? The three sections we discussed. One is, regulated way of life so that we can do our prescribed duty. And the goal of life is, and the last segment is teaching us what are those obstacles, how we can avoid obstacles in our purpose. And the purpose is love, Krishna Prema, right? So this section is specifically talking about Jnana Yoga, that is teaching us, that is helping us to understand what is that problem or obstacles and how we can overcome that obstacle in our journey towards love to Krishna. And this 18th chapter is the conclusion. This 18th chapter is a summary of Bhagavad Gita again. Like second chapter is Bhagavad Gita summary. If you see till 17th chapter, whatever knowledge was required, Krishna has already given. So Bhagavad Gita officially ends at chapter 17 chapters, right? Now onwards, he is going to again revise that. It's a revision of the same subject matter, right? And at the end, he is going to give the conclusion or the final instruction. That is the most confidential instruction. That is what he is going to give. So like every chapter we see, whenever the chapter is beginning, there is a question. Arjuna is asking a question. So this is also a great learning. I mean, all the scriptures you talk about, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, you will see so many questions are there. And this is a relevant question. This is the question which is helping us to realize ourselves, to realize our relationship with God, to help us to develop that relationship or to establish that relationship. So these are the important questions. And our Acharya says that they very much appreciate that if we ask, we should ask such questions. Because everybody is asking questions. Prabhupada said that people throughout the day, they are engaged in asking questions. What is the share market? What is the rate in share market? What is the price of this product? What is the price of that product? So everybody is asking questions. Not only human beings, even animals, birds, beasts, everybody is engaged in some sort of question. But those questions which is related to just material things will not help us to elevate, will not help us to get liberated from this entanglement of material world. So what sorts of question we should ask? And that's why question is a sign of intelligence. What kind of question we are asking that defines our quality of life? Like we were discussing about the belief system we have, that belief system will define the quality of life. Because based on that belief system only, we have question. We act, we think, we behave like that only, right? So the question is a sign of intelligence. So this kind of question we should ask. We should try to understand. So here now, in 18th chapter, Arjuna is asking the question about sannyas, renunciation, detachment. Sannyasastu mahabhaho tattvam michchami veditum tyagasya cha shikesha pritak kesha nishodhana. Arjuna said, O mighty armed one, I wish to understand the purpose of renunciation, tyaga, and of the renounced order of life, sannyas, O killer of the Kesi demon, master of the senses. So this is the question. And if you see these questions, this subject matter we have already discussed in chapter 3. I mean, that's what I said, the initial question of the first 6 chapter about karma yoga. Arjuna was confused whether to fight or not to fight. Sannyas, action, or I should fight or should give it up, give up fighting. This was the confusion that he was asking about. So what is sannyas? That is what he wants to understand. What is sannyas? What is tyaga? Then Lord Krishna, he is answering The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, the giving up of activities that are based on material desire, what is great learned men call the renounced order of life, sannyas. First of all, Krishna is giving opinion about others' opinion. He is not giving his opinion. He is giving others' opinion. So giving up activities that are based on material desire is what great learned men call the renounced order of life. What do you understand, sannyas? What is sannyas for you? Sannyas means what? Giving up action? Huh?
No.
What do you understand? What is sannyas? This is the topic today we are going to discuss. Detachment, tyag. What is sannyas?
Do your work without attachment.
Yeah, do your work without attachment. That is one opinion, right? So here it is mentioned giving up activities that are based on material desire. So first of all, one point is giving up all those activities where means which is the purpose of which is sense gratification, desire. That is one. And giving up the result of all activities, what is wise called renunciation, tyag. So one is sannyas and tyag. Tyag means here you are doing job, you're doing your action, but you are not. You're giving up all the result. You're not attached with result, right? So ultimately, if you see, means one is giving up action and one is giving up the attachment to the result or giving up result. Giving up the results of all activities. This is two things coming up from this paragraph. Some learned men declare that all kinds of fruitive activities should be given up as faulty. Yet, others sages maintain that acts of sacrifice, charity and penances should never be abandoned. So if you talk about the, let's say, fruitive activities, so we know that, like for example, if you are doing some sacrifice, some yajna, and you have some desire that after doing this yajna will help me to reach to heavenly planets. This is called sakam yoga. Or you're doing sacrifice with some desire. So expectation. Any activity with some expectation. So this is called fruitive activity, right? So here what is mentioned? That fruitive activities should be given up as faulty. And also some kind of sacrifice you see, faulty. Why it is faulty? Faulty means some sacrifices are there wherein some animal sacrifice is there. So it is not, that is bad. Because that is a sinful activity. Killing animals, that is a sinful activity. So some thinkers, they say that whatever faulty activities are there, we should reject it. Like if some killing is involved, we should reject it. Right? And others, what others are saying? No. Maintain the acts of sacrifice, charity and penances should never be abandoned. Means these are the activities, sacrifice, charity, penances should never be abandoned. Abandoned. Why? Means if we are taking this example of sacrifice, let's say if there is animal sacrifice, right? So somebody is suggesting that we should not avoid that because we should understand that sacrifice is not to kill the animal. If you understand the real purpose of sacrifice, so if animal is being sacrificed in that yajna, so that is to give this animal a new life. And also there are so many rules and regulations, recommendations, what kind of animal or how to sacrifice. There is a process. Means that process is for advancement. That process is to help even the animal being sacrificed. Right?
But do have the if we can sacrifice others' life.
No, that's why I'm coming to the point. Means everyone cannot do that. That's why in Kali Yuga it is not recommended. Why? Because this sacrifice, if you see in other yugas, when the qualified brahmanas were there, the Vedic mantra, qualified mantras, the powerful mantras. So with the help of mantra, this sacrifice was being done. It was not killing, but old animals who were the part of this sacrifice, they were getting a new life. That was the purpose of sacrifice. And also, either they were getting a new life, or you can say in next life, they were getting human birth. That was the process. Even means if they are being sacrificed in that yajna, the purpose was to giving them a human birth. That was elevation, advancement. So anyway, the point what we are trying to understand here, because in this Kali Yuga, no qualified Brahmana is there, and the Vedic mantra, so powerful with chanting mantra, people are not qualified. That's why animal sacrifice in Kali Yuga is not recommended. Otherwise, you see Satyuga, Ashwamedh, Yagya, all these different yagya, that was for the benefit of the society, right? So even the animal being sacrificed was getting elevated to the next life, or to getting newer body, or getting a next life, human life. That was the purpose. So here, based on that, if we are doing the right activity with the right understanding for right purpose, then here it is suggested that we should not reject that. So what Krishna is saying now, he is giving his own opinion. O best of the Bharatas, now hear my judgment about renunciation, O tiger among men. Renunciation is declared in the scriptures to be of three kinds. So now Krishna is speaking about renunciation, three kinds of renunciation based on the three modes of material nature. So as of now, we have been discussing about different activities, no? Charity, penances, sacrifice, so many other things we discuss about, how everything is influenced with three modes of material nature. Whatever activity we do, that is under three modes of material nature. Either we are in mode of goodness, or we are in mode of passion, or we are in mode of ignorance. So right, so that mode is influencing. These three modes we can understand, these three kinds of energies which is working inside, outside. Three kinds of energy. Higher energy means mode of goodness. Lower energy means mode of ignorance and mode of passion. So when we are acting in influence with lower energy, means our thinking, our overall behavior, eating, sleeping, whatever activities we are doing, that is going to be influenced with these three lower modes. And that lower mode will bring misery, suffering in life. That lower mode will degrade us. So the mode of goodness is always higher. That will help us to advance, to elevate. So now what Krishna is saying, acts of sacrifice, charity and penances are not to be given up. They must be performed. Indeed, sacrifice, charity and penance purify even the great souls. So the first instruction what Krishna is then there, sacrifice, yagya, like charity, giving donation, dan, and penance. Penance means all sorts of tapasya. Not to be given. Why not to be given? Given up? Why not to be given up? These activities we should not give up. Because this is for purity. We should understand this purpose also. And how to do all these activities we have discussed so many times. Even I remember a few in the previous sessions we were talking about. Means, first of all, these are the activities for purification. Without sacrifice, without charity, without penances, we cannot purify ourselves, right? And how to means, what should be the consciousness when we are doing such activities? We should be at least in mode of goodness, if not transcendental platform, at least in mode of goodness. So all these different things we have discussed, how to do that. All these activities should be performed without attachment or any expectations of result. This is in mode of goodness. So these activities, how we should do that? Without attachment or any expectations of result. They should be performed as a matter of duty. O son of Pritha, that is my final opinion. So these three activities, one should do that, and without attachment, without any expectations of result. Prescribed duties should never be renounced. If one gives up his prescribed duties because of illusion, such renunciation is said to be in the mode of ignorance. Now understand this. Now Krishna is saying, first of all, he is recommending that these activities we must not give up, and how we should perform without any attachment, without any expectation of result. And now he is saying that if these duties, this is called prescribed duty, like all these activities we are talking about, sacrifice, chanting, charity and penances, all these are regulative principles. the prescribed duties. Like in Vedic scripture, we have so many duties, responsibilities, right? And this is for our advancement. So one should do that. One should not reject that whimsically, without any understanding. So that is what Krishna is saying, that if one gives up his prescribed duties because of illusion, such renunciation is said to be in the mode of ignorance. Because of illusion means not having knowledge, because of laziness. Laziness is, I think, that is the second point Krishna is speaking about. That is different one. But illusion, because of ignorance, if we give these activities up, that does not help us. So, anyone who gives up prescribed duties as troublesome or out of fear of bodily discomfort is said to have renounced in the mode of passion. So, for example, you know that there are some duties. These are the duties, we must do that. But because of I see that, okay, that is very difficult. For example, one duty is there, we should wake up early in the morning and we should do some some worship, or we should read. So, but now feeling, oh, if I wake up early, I'm not feeling, just because of comfort, I'm not coming out of my bed, I'm not doing my rituals, or I'm not practicing because of laziness or whatever reason. Maybe sometimes maybe some health reason, that is another thing. But if I know that it is very good, it is very good for my overall advancement, but because of this laziness or comfort, I'm not coming out of it. So that is called due to renunciation in mode of passion. Or let me take another example, because here it is. We have renounced activities, prescribed duties, because I'm not feeling comfortable. I don't want to come out of my comfort zone, right? So this is very important. And without coming out of comfort zone, there is no chance of progress, right? It is said that only the two kinds of people can never learn. Two kinds of people can never learn. One who is lazy, and one who is crazy. Crazy means I know everything. Egoistic people. Egoistic people can never learn. And the lazy people can never learn, because they are never ready to come out of their comfort zone. In comfort zone, we cannot learn. If you want to achieve something, then you have to come out of your comfort zone, right? So that is what Krishna is teaching here. Discomfort. If we are renouncing our prescribed duty, but just because of comfort, physical comfort, that is renunciation in mode of passion. Such action never leads to the elevation of renunciation. Such action never leads to the elevation of renunciation. We also have to understand, we will discuss about that, renunciation, why it is required. Why renunciation is required? First of all, we are trying to understand what is the meaning of renunciation, right? So finally Krishna is saying, "Oh Arjuna, when one performs his prescribed duty only because it ought to be done and renounces all material association and all attachment to the fruits, his renunciation is said to be in the mode of goodness." So mode of goodness means he is doing out of duty. Just to simplify that, again and again we have been discussing. Fear, if you relate it to different modes of material nature, fear, which category is it in? Fear, is it in mode of goodness, passion, ignorance? Fear. Ignorance. And gain?
Is a passion.
Passion. And duty?
Goodness.
So here, this prescribed duty, just performing our duties as a duty. That is mode of goodness. Renounces all material association and all attachment to the fruits. Means in mode of goodness there is no expectation. Just doing it because it is my duty to do that. So this kind of sacrifice is in mode of goodness. The intelligent renouncer situated in the mode of goodness, neither hateful of inauspicious work now attached to the auspicious work, has no doubts about work. So point is, the person in mode of goodness, he is not attached to the result. He is not attached to the result. He is just doing his duty out of duty. So it is indeed impossible for an embodied being to give up all activities, but he who renounces the fruits of action is called one who has truly renounced. So in this material world, do you think that you can renounce everything? You can renounce your duty, you can renounce your job, business. Can you do that? It is not possible. And that's why what Krishna is suggesting, that if you can renounce or you can be detached from the result of that action, that is true renunciation. And that is what Krishna suggested even in 3rd chapter. He concluded that it's better to renounce the attachment to the fruits of your action, but do not renounce the action itself. Because you are a fighter. You have to fight against irreligion. So do your duty. That is what Krishna is convincing. For one who is not renounced, now understand, we will discuss it about, means one who is not renounced, what Krishna is saying, what is the destination or what is the end result? For one who is not renounced, the threefold fruits of action, desirable, undesirable and mixed, accrue after death. So what will happen if you do not renounce? Let's make it more simple one, because right now we will discuss till here only. First of all, now let's make it more simple. What do you understand now? What is renunciation? In practical life, how we can renounce? What Krishna is saying, if we do not renounce, if we do not renounce, what will happen? Threefold fruits of action. Threefold fruits of action. So we know that whatever action we do, we get some result for that. If we do good activity, we will get good result. If we do bad activity, then we will get bad result for that. Right? So one here it is mentioned desirable. What does it mean? Fruits of action, that is desirable. Good results. Right? So desirable, like if you do good activity, pious activity, then you go to heavenly planets. You get a divine body, like the body of a demigod. That's a divine, celestial body, celestial abode, right? Heavenly planets. So that is desirable. What is undesirable? People in mode of ignorance or people engaged in sinful activities, they will get undesirable result. What is that undesirable result? Lower birth. They will go to hellish planet. They will go to lower species of life, like animals' body, birds, beasts, trees, plants. These are lower species of life. And that's why intelligent people, they are very alert. They are very much sincere. Whatever they do, first they ask one question: what I'm doing and why I'm doing. This clarity must be there. But ignorant people, just doing, just acting. Why they are doing what they are doing, they never concern about it. Right? And that's why there are, we should ask question first. What I'm doing, why I'm doing, how I'm doing. Let's say if I give you a choice, what, how and why, which question you will ask first? If you want to do anything, these are the questions, right? How, what and why. Which question you will ask first? Which one is more important?
Why?
Why? Yes, why? Why it is more important? How will it help you?
I think how.
Reason.
How? How means the strategy, right? How you are going to do that activity. That is what how part. And what means what activity you are going to do. And why means
Reason.
the reason why you are going to do that. So which one is more important?
Why?
Reason.
Huh?
Why?
Why is more important, right?
Because what are the output of that?
Output is
If you're loving Krishna, why we are loving Krishna?
yeah. I mean, why we are doing, of course, that different factors may be there. Why I'm doing, because maybe if I'm motivated with some result, then I can ask how much result or how much what I'm
How
going to
it
get
is
with it.
useful?
Huh?
Why? Whether it is useful?
Why means, yeah, of course. Why means
It gives
what is
conviction.
intention?
What is intention?
What is my
Whether it
intention?
is constructive, destructive.
Yes. Intention, that is very, very important. Means what is this? That is action part. But every action, there is an intention behind that action. And if that intention is good, then action will always be good. Sometimes you do good activity, but bad intention is there. Right? You understand what is the point?
Why is important? Because it gives us a clarity also why we are doing it. Right?
Yes, why is first question, that is what, why is, we should ask first why. What I am going to do, we should first ask why I am going to do it. If this why factor is clear, the bigger the why is. Why means purpose. Why means intention, mission.
Purpose is clear, na? That
Yes.
we have to serve Lord Krishna.
Yeah, that is one purpose. I'm just discussing this because any activity, either we are doing any spiritual material, whatever activity we are doing, we should first ask why I'm doing this. Means if we are more clear about the purpose of activity, right? If it is why means for higher purpose. So that will help us to decide good course of action. Our activity is based on the why factor. If you have bad intention, you will do bad activities. But if you have good intention, even I cannot say it because sometimes people have good intention, but they are engaged in bad activity. Can you give an example for this?
पढ़ा था ना charity mode of जैसे
हाँ.
people are doing charity but they are giving it in the wrong place.
Wrong place, wrong time, wrong people. That may be due to many reasons. Many reasons may be out of ignorance, maybe out of some fruitive result or maybe personal gain. All these different factors are there. But here, of course, anyway, the point what we are discussing about, whatever we are doing, first we should ask what I am doing, why I am doing. Why factor is very, very important because that sets your intention. If your intention is good, then your action will bring good result. Even if you do not get result, a proper whatever result you had expected, then also you will be satisfied. Because you are doing for good, you're doing for others, well-being, right? So intention is very powerful. That keeps you motivated. And if you have that Krishna conscious motivation factor, that is out of love, so that will keep you always motivated in all situations, in all circumstances. So first why, and then we should ask about what, and then why, how. Because the first part is, and generally in material world we do that, we start activity, we never ask what I am doing, why I am doing. A few days back I was there in some place and I asked somebody, okay, just I was sitting and I said, okay, do you do any kind of reflection, or sometimes you take out some time and thinking or doing some kind of reflection, whatever you have been doing as of now, how you feel, do you feel satisfied, and how you're going to take your life ahead? He was blank. He said, I've never thought about it. I'm just doing my job and going on. Daily routine, just going on. The same activity every day, going, coming, got the salary, and then, I didn't discuss in detail, but the point what we are trying to understand, just going on with life, flow, without taking a pause, without understanding what I'm doing, why I'm living, what is the purpose of life, right? We should give a pause. We should understand what exactly my real need is. How can I get it? And all these things we are learning from Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, a meaningless life, a purposeless life, just going on, eating, sleeping, mating, defending, life die. One day I will die, life finish. What is the use of life? Even animals, they are leading the same life, eating, sleeping, mating, defending, protecting their kids, all sorts of activity, whatever we are doing, they are also doing the same activity. One day they will die. And similarly, we are also on the same track. One day we will die. We never asking question, what is the real purpose of my life? Why I am here in this world? Why I am here in this human form of life? Why I am getting so much of suffering? I never expected, I never want this kind of suffering, and still suffering is there. Let me go and inquire. Let me find out the root cause of all these sufferings. Let me find out the solution for this. If we start doing this, And not only knowing, but what we were discussing about, putting effort, coming out of comfort zone, coming out of comfort zone and putting some effort, taking action. Because without action, no law of attraction, nothing will happen. So that is the point. So we should always know this. So yes, undesirable means hellish planet, lowest species of life. And mixed. Mixed means, what kind of result is mixed result? Human birth on earthly planet. We are the result, good karma and bad karma. Desirable, undesirable, mixed result. If we are extremely pious, we go to heavenly planets. We are extremely sinful, we go to lower planets, hellish planet. And if we are mixed, something good, some bad, some good, some bad, we come to this earthly planet. We take another life, another birth, human birth, right?
Which is a heavenly planet. After that also they come back only, na?
Yes, that is another subject. That is what because heavenly planet, what you are speaking about, we can get more realization here.
Yes.
On earthly planet, self-realization is easy. Because when you go to heavenly planets, so much happiness is there, so much luxury and comfort is there, that you never think of coming out of that situation. Sometimes here also you see people who are comfortable, people who are having luxury, facilities, they never think of, why should I go for spiritual activities? Why should I read Bhagavad Gita? My life is so nice, everything is going fine. But out of that comfort, they do not realize that this comfort is not permanent. I will be kicked I will be kicked, what do you say? The time will not wait for me. The time will come, either today or one day or another day, I have to leave this. This happiness, what I'm experiencing right now, is not permanent. That is a facility which has been given due to my karma. So even in good time, if we start understanding and utilizing those resources for further advancement, that is good. But many times people, because of these opulences, they forget about it. And if you are highly depressed, you are in such a situation wherein you cannot even think of. You don't have that much intelligence. That is like going to the lowest species of life. So much of lusty desires, anger, greed, that they cannot think of Krishna. But on earthly planet, human beings, because sometimes we are getting suffering, sometimes we are getting pleasure, happiness. So happiness, distress. So sometimes we realize it. Oh, why it is happening? Let me go and inquire. Let me go through some scripture. So because of any reason, somehow we come in contact with the scripture. So this knowledge will help us to advance. But those who are in the renounced order of life have no such result to suffer or enjoy. So one who has renounced, there's no question of suffer and enjoy in this material world. So let's discuss this point and make it more simple to understand. Now whatever we have heard about, what is the teaching we are getting over here? Just to simplify that. What is the goal of life? Whatever we discussed? Love. Love is our goal of life. And what is stopping us to achieve that love?
Ignorance.
Ignorance, that is one thing. What else is stopping us?
Attachment.
Attachment, very good. Ignorance, number one, ignorance. Because we were not aware of. We are not aware of that this is the goal of life. That Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and when this life is meant for a purpose, and that purpose is to re-establish our relationship with Krishna. And that alone will give us complete satisfaction, complete fulfillment. This is what we are looking for. So that is what attachment. What else? This introspection is very much required, right? Why? Because once we understand the obstacles, we know the purpose now, and somehow we are trying to achieve that purpose. Now we are practicing devotion. We are doing some devotional activities, right? Chanting, reading, hearing, all these activities we are doing. But still lots of obstacles are there. Because of that, we are not moving fast.
Social responsibility.
Huh?
Social responsibilities.
Social responsibilities. What else is stopping you to advance in Krishna consciousness?
Material desires.
Material desires.
I think of me, mine, I.
Yes, self-centric approach means attitude problem.
Prabhuji, as you said, comfort zone. That was
Comfort zone, all these are related to, means because of laziness, because of comfort. Yes. Different problems. Some physical problem, some mental problem, emotional problem. We can categorize all these problems into these categories. Physical, again the comfort zone, laziness. Mental problem, what can be the mental problem? Mind is distracting, deviating us in so many other things. Why now so much time is there? This life is to enjoy. They see so many people enjoying life. Am I fool? And sometimes mind will trick you. Or see so many less people, number of people, but you see maximum number of people. What they are doing? They are going to shopping mall. They are going to movies. They are going out. They are doing all sorts of enjoyment. Are they fool? Because this material world, what we see the majority, like politicians. If majority is there, we conclude that is true. This is our mindset, right? Mind will trick you. If more number of people are doing the same thing, it means that is truth. But that is not the reality. So this way, so many ways mind will trick you. This is not the right age. So much stuff. And sometimes people think that, okay, if everyone starts practicing spirituality, they renounce material world, how the world will move, how the world will grow.
Right.
This kind of question is there, no? So mind, intelligence, that will block. Material mind, material intelligence will give you so many logic not to practice Krishna consciousness. Even sometimes, even practicing devotees, somebody who is ignorant, not aware of it, okay, for them, no question. But somebody practicing or hearing Bhagavad Gita, after hearing Bhagavad Gita or reading the scriptures, they conclude, oh my God, the teaching is very good. Even Maharaj, as V. Krishna was sharing one realization, one understanding. Somebody just came in contact with Maharaj and she got so much inspired with the teaching, such a wonderful teaching Krishna is giving. And one after another, Maharaj used to share different books, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Canto 2, Canto 3. And she was reading. And she became so much happy. And she said that I have read all the religious books, Bible, all these different texts I have read. But the knowledge, the depth, the profound knowledge we are getting in Vedic scripture, that is nowhere. Such a wonderful knowledge, such a depth. But finally she concluded, but I cannot join. I cannot join, I cannot continue this. I mean, I love it. I mean, it's really, whatever is there, there's no comparison to this knowledge. But I cannot do this. Why? Because if I practice this, then I have to give up my material world, my material association, family, society. I cannot do that.
Prabhuji, Prabhupada, यही आप समझाते हैं ना, we just have to add Krishna. We don't have to.
That's what I'm coming to the point. Because this is what sometimes people think and go away from scripture. They go away from Krishna consciousness. This is what mind playing or ignorance. Krishna, that's what the topic today we are trying to understand. What is real renunciation? What is detachment? What is real renunciation or real detachment? One renunciation is rejecting, giving up. Whatever you have, just giving up without any understanding. That is Falgu Vairagya. That is out of ignorance, Krishna is saying. Or sometimes we reject out of, this is what out of fear, out of ignorance, rejected. Not having complete understanding, rejected. Right? And comfort zone and all we discuss about, rejecting. So that is also due to mode of passion. I mean, renunciation means whatever we are doing it for the pleasure of Krishna, dedicating it to Krishna. And that's why you see Krishna conscious journey, so beautiful journey. You don't have to give up your family, but we are trying to increase our family. We are trying to come closer to everybody. We are not renouncing the world. We are renouncing the attachment to this material world. We are not renouncing people. We are renouncing attachment. Attachment means where I think it is mine. Now, what is our approach? What is our thought process, thinking process, or perception? We know that you belong to Krishna. I belong to Krishna. We all belong to Krishna. We are coming together to help each other so that we can come closer to Krishna. So we are not rejecting whimsically without any understanding, but everything we are engaging in Krishna's service. That is real renunciation. As long as we have this body, we are taking care of this body. We are taking care of this body, mind, intelligence, everything, and just engaging this in service of Krishna. I'm not attached with this. As long as this body Krishna has given me, I'm taking care of it, I'm utilizing it, engaging it in Krishna's service. This house, I'm a tenant. I'm not the master of this house. I'm a tenant. Because Krishna is the master of this house.
Caretaker.
As long as I'm here, I'm just a caretaker. I'm taking care of this house properly, cleaning, taking care of this house. Because I know Krishna will be happy, because this is Krishna's home. So this is real detachment. You have, but you are detached. You are not possessed with that, or you're not obsessed with that particular object or people. Not like that. So this is what the practice we have to develop. Real renunciation. Do your duty. Whatever duty Krishna has prescribed duty we have. So doing that. Now we are talking about all these different obstacles. How we can get out of these obstacles. How we can develop detachment, quality of detachment. Association. Like-minded people. Because if you associate with materialistic people, you will develop more material desire. You have one big car, you will start associating with somebody having 4 cars. You also will develop that kind of desire. Oh my God, one car is very less, let me get one more. You have good, sufficient, big house. You will start associating with somebody having bigger houses, and you will see the change. You will start seeing your house very small. You want a bigger house, bigger facility. Right? So again, one point must be clear. Bigger house, more number of cars, more money is not the problem. Sannyas means not being poor or not rejecting everything. Whatever you have, right? Whatever you can earn, whatever you have, simply understanding that it all belongs to Krishna. And all these things must be utilized in such a way so that I can elevate my consciousness. Those things or people should not degrade my consciousness, should not bring me back or bring me away from Krishna. If it is bringing you or getting you away from Krishna, that is the biggest hurdle. Even your money, property, your intelligence, your mind, everything. If it is getting you away from Krishna, that is biggest loss. Right? And whatever is helping you to come closer to Krishna, that is your biggest achievement. Coming closer to Krishna means purity of consciousness. Your consciousness will become pure. Right? How we can, that is one, association. And what else will help us? Yeah, of course, association will help. What else will help us?
Attending these sessions.
Attending sessions. Philosophy. Philosophy. This philosophical understanding will help us to develop detachment. Because why we are attached to something? Why we become attached to something? Because we have faith, we have belief, we have a strong faith that this will help me. This will protect me at the time of death. We are attached with something because we know that is only going to help. Nothing will help me. This is That's why we are attached in the material world in so many ways and so many things. Attachment is there. But this philosophy is helping us to understand that nothing is permanent in this material world, either people or things. This understanding will help us to develop detachment, not careless. Detachment is not being careless. Whatever you have, take care of that. But understand that is not eternal, that is not permanent. The real protection is in the shelter of Lord, is in the teachings of Lord. Nothing will save us, nothing will protect us in this material world. So philosophy will help us. So people, philosophy. What else is going to help us to develop detachment?
Read the scriptures under the guidance of learned acharyas.
Scriptures?
Read scriptures under the guidance of learned acharyas.
Yes, spiritual master, teacher, good point, all these things. Because they only will help you. Even if you have association means spiritual master is already there. But of course, specifically we should, at this point is very solid. Somebody who can guide us. Because philosophy alone, individually, we may not understand. That's why we are saying all these Bhagavad Gita, how Krishna is explaining everything. Otherwise, you go to any ordinary people, you ask about sannyas, they will give you one answer. Sannyas means give up.
Go to Himalayas.
Go to Himalayas, give up your family, give up your business, your job. This is the meaning of renunciation. And you see outside people, they very much appreciate. That is also very advanced stage. Krishna in 3rd chapter he is explaining about. Means we should understand everything in detail, in depth. What is the real meaning of sannyas? Simply going out of your family, your business, going to some jungle or some Himalayas is not sannyas. What are you doing there? What is your intention? What is your purpose? That is more important to understand. And Krishna is giving clear understanding. Otherwise, if we do not have this philosophical understanding, seeing externals, we will get influenced. And we will act like that. And that is not going to help you and that is not going to help society. So what is real sannyas? It's like in our Vedic scriptures, different categories of sannyas are there. But the real sannyasi is one who is 100% committed, dedicated to the service of Krishna. And there are different categories of sannyas, like one is called Kuti Chaka, all these are technical terms, Bahudaka, and one is called Parivarjikacharya, one is called Paramhamsa. These are different categories of sannyas, right? So Parivarjikacharya means a sannyasi who is traveling throughout the world for one reason. What is that reason? You see in ISKCON sannyasis, they do not stay in one place.
Right.
Even at elderly age, they are traveling to different places, different temples throughout the world to spread the message. To give everyone Krishna consciousness, because they know that this Krishna consciousness is the only help. Our heart is burning, and that burning can be only extinguished with the help of Krishna, Krishna's mercy. Nothing will help us in this material world. And that's why they are putting all efforts, going, spreading. Srila Prabhupada, why he did this? We are not comfortable to come out of our home to hear Bhagavad Gita. And day and night he was compiling this Bhagavad Gita. At the age of 70, he was traveling the whole world and spreading this message. Amazing fact. In that time, when communication was not very advanced, 7,000 letters. Today we have. Srila Prabhupada wrote 7,000 letters.
Life was so
This was,
life was so difficult.
so many books. Day and night he is composing books. 108 temples within 10 years. Within 12 years, 14 times he traveled the whole world. Just for one reason. People should know this message, because this is the only help. This is the only help. Mental platform, temple devotees, they are making a movie. Disability. The title of this movie is Disability. So I was on a shooting yesterday. They give me another role.
Last time also they gave you a role now?
My role is very similar. The same job which I'm doing here, the same job. There was a mentor required. So they said, okay, you are the best.
You are the best mentor.
So it was like I mean, not best, I'll say, but okay, nobody else is there, so okay. So somehow, I mean, anyway, I don't know how it's going to be, but it is similar, like self-help books, motivational talks, so many mental concoctions. This will help, that will help. No. Without taking shelter of God on mental platform, we cannot help ourselves. And one who cannot help self, how you can help others? Another thing is, we all are struggling in this material world. We all are vacant within. How we can give something to others if we do not have? So we should go to the source wherefrom we can get really help, real mercy, real bliss, nectar, everything, who is the possessor of everything. Krishna, God. So if we approach Him, then for sure, He is saying, Name Bhakti Aprakshati. My devotees never perish. We will achieve perfection. We will achieve victory. Right? So, people means, of course, association, books, and that kind of atmosphere. Whatever is not helping, try to avoid that. A small practice. Overnight, this change will not happen. Small habits, small practices will help us to come closer to Krishna. So there are different steps. I wanted to, after this session, I thought I will discuss 18 steps towards Krishna. I mean, as of now, whatever we have done, you know all those things, but I'll just remind you, because as of now, most of the time, it is just going theoretical. That's what I'm saying. For change, knowledge is required, but knowledge alone will not help. Or association is required, but knowledge and having association, that is good. But that also will not sustain for long. You see so many people come and go. Knowledge and association alone will not help you to sustain. What will help you to sustain is your practices. Because when we practice, then only we experience, and that experience will help you to give more motivation to go further. Otherwise it will be dry. You will keep on hearing every time and you will think that, okay, no, I cannot do that. Because if you do not do, you will not experience, and over a period of time you will start feeling like, no, since so long I have been attending, so long I have been hearing, but I could not see any change within. I think something is wrong in process. No, process is not wrong, because we are not practicing. We are not practicing it with the right understanding, with the right mood. Right? So practices are very much important, because detachment to something, that is one aspect. Maybe by force we can get detached. But if we are not having proper attachment to something else, one, like when you walk, what do? You take one step ahead, right? So first step, and then once you have that step on ground, then you move to the next, you move the next step. I mean, here the point is what Krishna is teaching. How to get detached, what is the solution Krishna is giving? It's not only one way, just simply get detached. If I keep on speaking, detachment is a source of all problem. Get detached, give up everything, you won't be able to do this. So what Krishna is saying, Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehina rasvarjam rasopasya param drashtva nivartate. Develop higher taste. Because if you want to give up this desire, material desire, and if you do not develop a spiritual desire, a spiritual taste, you won't be able to develop, you will not be able to detach. Because ultimately we are seeking after something. We want that nectar, we want that bliss, we want to experience that bliss. If we do not experience that, you cannot develop detachment. So what we have to do, as of now, wherever we are, whatever state we are in, first of all, we should try to develop a spiritual taste, higher taste. No? Krishna's taste, or association of Krishna, association of devotees. We should develop this taste. And how we will develop this taste? Initially, we do not have that taste. So, with using our intelligence, Krishna is saying, use your intelligence, spiritual intelligence. Now, coming over here, we are raising our spiritual intelligence. At least now we understand what is good, what is bad. I mean, what is right, what is wrong. Maybe my mind, my body will not support, but using my intelligence, I will control my mind and I will at least go in here. So if you do it deliberately, consciously, regularly, because consistency is very much important. Again and again we discuss. Change in life is not only practice, consistent practice. If you do it once in a while, that will not bring change. If you really want change, then consistency is must. Do it small, but do it consistently. That will bring change in life. Right? So if you regularly come in contact with devotees, regularly keep on hearing, whether my mind accept it, do not accept it, that is not a problem. With one belief, with one faith, that whatever Krishna is speaking, that is truth. I may not perceive totally, but I know that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, and whatever He is saying for the benefit of me, for my benefit. He is my best friend. Suhridam Sarvabhutanam, He is our best friend. And whatever He is saying, because He is the knower of past, present and future, I may not know everything. I may see only the present. And this is one of the problem, what we do in the real world. Based on current situation, we make decision. But Krishna, He knows past, present and future. And based on that, He is giving us a course of action. He is speaking about, if you do this, you will definitely achieve success. Because He knows our past, He knows future, He knows present. So we should develop this faith. If Krishna has said, that is good for me. Like Arjuna said, Karishye Vachanam. I will not think now. I know now, whatever you are saying is truth. I will do that. And now whatever Krishna was saying, Arjuna just did that. He never calculated what is right, what is wrong. Because Krishna is saying, must be some reason behind it. Let me do it. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Dhanurdhar Partha, Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhutir, Dhruva Nitir Madhya Mama. And one who is with Krishna, victory will be there, prosperity will be there, power will be there. So develop this faith, and whatever Krishna is saying is practice. Be in association and see the change in life. Right? Thank you so much. So I have to leave early. Today I'm going to Ludhiana for Rath Yatra tomorrow. Thank you so much. Thank you, Krishna. And please inspire others. Never late. Don't think which chapter going on.
Yeah.
Whosoever can come at any point of time, anybody can connect. Because this journey is not one lifetime journey. We are coming, we are from time immemorial, we are on this journey. So now we have to hold it. We have to grow with this teaching. No, let's not miss this train, this journey towards Krishna. Somehow or other, just be a part of this journey. You will succeed because you are on the right path. Either slow or fast, just keep yourself on track. You will achieve destination. That is the success formula. Be with Krishna. You will succeed. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
You can express our gratitude for